Tonight was a really fun night for our team for a lot of reasons. First of all, I thought our crowd was phenomenal, and I just continue to appreciate our fan base and the way that they show up for us. They make such a big difference for us, and felt like they definitely propelled us in some big moments, and just appreciate them. So they always create a really fun environment for us, and I'm just super proud of our team. They continue to just be about each other. And I think that's really our biggest strength right now, is the fact that it is a team effort day in and day out. No one really cares who gets the credit or, anything like that. And it's just fun to be a part of. We're just having fun right now.
How do you feel about your two bigs stepping up, Taylen and Cassidy, down low?
Well, it has been so fun because it really kind of happened by default, right? So Claire goes out a couple games ago, and they were forced to kind of step up and, replace or help replace Claire. It was by committee. But I thought they were kind of like thrown into the fire with that situation, right? And then on Saturday, by default again, our guards were really struggling to shoot for whatever reason. And again, they were forced to step up, and they just continue to get better and better each game. Cassidy DeLapp is playing really well for us right now, and that's kind of I think a key factor for us that we're realizing. And that's what it's about, is, getting to a place where we feel like we're playing our best basketball as this month goes on, and just firing on all cylinders. Cass is one that's been a little bit up and down, but her consistency lately has just been phenomenal for us. And, Taylen is just unbelievable as well with what she can do, rebounding especially. So really proud of them. And, we got to keep finding ways to get better, though.
With Cassidy in particular, you talk about being unselfish. I'm guessing there had to be a lot of that this year for her, going through change, different scheme, kind of figuring out where she fits and those sorts of things, and still being mentally in it to have a game like this.
Sure. Well, Cass doesn't have a selfish bone in her body. You just follow her around. Everyone loves her. She has a way of connecting people. She's the ultimate team player. She wants everyone to be involved, and she loves Oklahoma State. She loves Oklahoma State. And for her, everything is about, how can I represent? How can I give back? How can I, lay a foundation that we can all be proud of? That's really what drives her. And I think everything else that we see is just a result of just kind of how she thinks and who she is as a person.
Aside from just scoring, she's plus 19. What was she doing away from the ball that was helping tonight?
Well, defensively, all of our bigs were crucial. Everyone thinks they've got great guards, and so it's all about guard play. And they have great guards, by the way, my goodness. But, we really talked about just this being a team effort, and feeling like if our guards were struggling, or knowing we were going to be in a lot of ball screens, just our bigs being back there and being that kind of second line of defense. And I think that's where she made a huge impact for us.
With Taylen tonight, 13 points, 13 rebounds, 100% on all her shots. What worked well for her on both sides of the court today?
She's got great players around her, and I think that because of that, she is able to get so many just easy, layups around the rim. In the first half, she was really great on the glass for us. She got some big-time offensive rebounds and putbacks. She's just active. She's active in everything that she does, and her motor is really special for her size. And I think that we're just kind of seeing her just, clean things up. And with our ball screen offense that we run, I think having so many shooters around her opens her up. We're kind of finding some teams will take away the three, some teams will take her away. But they're doing a really good job right now of picking and choosing, where to throw it. And it's just fun to see our team get better at that right now.
So it felt like at one point in the third quarter, there was a stretch early where there's lots of turnovers in a row, lots of sloppiness, and you call the timeout. And then the team comes out of the timeout, and the rest of the game, it just seems different. Like something in that timeout just clicked. Do you think there's anything in particular that just kind of took that step back and realized, okay, it's time to go?
Yeah. Well, I challenged our team a little bit. And that's okay. We need that sometimes. That's why I'm here. But we talk about just staying neutral. We talk about that a lot. And, just not getting too negative and not being unrealistic that things are really going great when they're not, but just getting back to neutral and doing the next best thing. And that's something that we're really bought into. Our kids are really great at that. And I thought in that timeout, it wasn't just me, it was a player-led team. You had teammates, kind of talking to each other and finding solutions. And I think that, the way that they responded is just a result of just the leadership that we have.
I know Leor, she hasn't shot the best last few games. How are you or the team or the coaching staff helping her continue her confidence and just telling her to keep shooting it?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, when a player like that is not shooting as well as we know they can and we're still winning, that's a huge testament to this team. And Leor is fine. I mean, she's in a good headspace. She's just on the roller coaster that shooters get on sometimes. And, you're going to have nights when you can't miss and you're going to have nights when you feel like you can't make anything. And obviously teams are going to adapt to her, right? Early on, teams weren't quite aware of her range or how quick she can get it off. She's a big part of teams' defensive strategy right now. So it's just, comes with the territory. But, she lives in the gym. Honestly, she's probably shooting right now. I've seen her do that on game nights. That's just the type of player she is. She's very driven. She's very motivated. And it's really important for her and for everyone just not to think that you're only as good as your last game, whether it's really good or really bad. And I think Leor understands that. And I know every time she shoots it, I still think that it's going in. And I know that her teammates feel that way as well.
Anything else for Coach?
Claire didn't necessarily have a bunch of numbers on the box score, but I'm guessing her presence being back had a decent amount of value for you.
Claire is so valuable to us. Her leadership is like none I've ever coached. She just has this calming effect on our team. She says the right things when they're needed. She's got the right tone. She's got a great delivery. She's got great timing. And, when I mentioned earlier in that timeout, just that player-led team, she was one of those voices. And I think our team just have a different level of confidence with her for whatever reason. She just has that ability. And it was definitely good to get her back and I think just kind of feel a little bit more like us in terms of our lineups.
Last few games now, y'all have really worked inside. What's been kind of what do you think has led to that, and what's working so well for y'all lately?
I just think with our guards being such great shooters, they're a force that has to be recognized, and so that just allows us inside to be able to demand the ball and have that space to where we can go up and finish.
And you've been here for a few years now with Cassidy. This had to be one of her best games of the year, I would say. What was it like seeing her perform the way she did tonight?
I was so proud of her, just getting in her bag, doing what she does. But yeah, I was just so proud of her.
Your sixth double-double of the year, 6 of your points came right off offensive rebounds. How were you able to get on the offensive glass as effectively as you did?
I was just watching the ball, seeing where it read off. And then I was close enough to the basket to go back up, so I was just taking advantage of that.
So it seemed like watching, there was the stretch in the third quarter when you guys were playing really sloppy. There's a lot of turnovers, and then Coach Hoyt calls a timeout, and then the whole team came out, and it was just different the rest of the game. Like, it just kind of snapped. Was there anything that she said, or was it just like you guys had some time, calmed down, and realized, like, okay, we got to, put everything together?
Before the game, she mentioned how great of a defensive team that they are. And that there were going to be mistakes that were going to be made on our part. She just reminded us to just stay level, just keeping our heads and to be solid, making solid passes.
Taylen, you had 13 points, 13 rebounds, 100% on all your shots. What worked well for you on both sides of the court today?
I think just staying aggressive, going to rebound anytime I could. Yeah.
Terryn, you have really shown a knack for the mid-range jumper. Has that always been something you've done well, and where did that how did that develop in your game?
I think just getting in the gym and working on it. It's good to just come off screens and just have the lane open up. So whether it's one dribble, two dribbles, just getting in there. Coach calls it my 9, that I can get to it every time and go up with power and shoot it. I have confidence in it.
Lately, it seems like outside shots haven't been falling quite at the same rate the last couple of games. But even up front, y'all still seem to be, or on the perimeter, you still seem to have the same intensity. How do you maintain confidence even when maybe you're not seeing shots fall as much as you're used to?
I think that's just who we are. I mean, whether we're making the shots or not, we're still going to shoot them, and because we know that we'll eventually make them. And so whether we have a bad shooting game, a good shooting game, it's not going to change how we play and who we are as a team.
You also had 10 boards. You guys beat them on the glass 41-25. Was that a point of emphasis tonight, or is that just kind of how it played out?
Oh, definitely. I think rebounding is really always a point of emphasis for us. When we rebound well, we're able to get it out quick on offense, and that's how we score best. So rebounding is always a point of emphasis.
For more information, you can visit TulsaWorld.com.